precious miracles. Welcome to the safe side of space. How are you doing? How was your week so far? Tell me everything. Hi, Declan. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Hi. Okay, guys. Let me cozy up in my blanket because it is very cold and very dark. Very suitable for today's stream. Hi, Melka. Hi, Joey. Hi. How are you doing, guys? Oh my gosh. I am excited, but also a little bit afraid about what are we going to see today in the game. But as always, first of all, we gotta yap for a little bit. Just a tiny little bit. which always turns out in like 30-40 minutes of yapping, but yeah. You know me. I can never stop yapping once I start. Oh my gosh. Yeah. You got new Wi-Fi. Yippee! Hopefully it's better. Hopefully it's better than your old one. Because my Wi-Fi these days, it's dying. I don't know. First of all, it was promised to be up to 100 MB per second. But it works usually on like 80. But these days, it went down to 20. And I couldn't do anything. So, yeah. We were trying to watch a movie with a friend, but, like, it just wouldn't load. So, yeah. Now it's a little bit better. Yeah, 20. I'm at work, so we'll be here from time to time. Okay. Good work. It's so much better. I'm glad for you. I'm so happy for you. Yeah. If only I could get myself better Wi-Fi too, but yeah. I think I told you guys that we have like this. Hello? My neighbors are falling down. Hi Raven, how are you doing? Welcome back. So good to see you again. But yeah, I think I told you guys that we have some kind of monopoly for Wi-Fi companies. So yeah. It gets fixes more or less now. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah. Today we are going to be give me a second. I'm trying to collect my thoughts because I just woke up like a couple hours before and I'm still a little bit sleepy. So yeah. Today, we're gonna be finishing the last chapter of Tiny Bunny. I'm very afraid. You got 167 subs. I just realized that. Yeah. We are so close to 1,700. And we are so close to 2,000. How many hundreds? Stop! No! It's not hundreds. It's 670. Damn. You guys. We need to get past this number really fast. If you like what I'm doing, consider subscribing so Miracles will stop bullying me with 6-7 jokes. Please consider. Oh my gosh. But yeah. Okay, what I gotta share? Oh, I posted the schedule for a month, so you can see which songs are gonna be on my channel. And the very first of them is a collab with one of my favorite creators. I'm like, I'm so excited to show it to you guys because, ooh, I'm really glad that she agreed to sing with me. We also ended up having like 2 covers in the end, but the second one will be on her channel, and she's still working on it. So yeah, I'm very excited. I will be finishing the arts for it very, very fast. Probably tomorrow. But yeah, I'm really excited for you guys to see it. Doing great. Coming back to Siberia from my trip to Tokyo. Oh, that's good to know. How was your trip? Did you see anything really beautiful and worth to mention? Tell us everything. It's been a while since I like traveled to other countries, so I'm like I'm greedy for other people's memories of other countries because I really want to go, but I can't right now. So yeah, what have you seen? Tell me everything. Schedule, yes, guys, schedule. The schedule. That is so silly. Oh my gosh. Okay, guys, give me a second. I need to answer some messages real quick. Okay, did it. Have a Tokyo adventure? Do they have snow in Japan? I think they should in some regions at least. Hi, Standard, welcome back. Yeah, I am a little bit sleepy. She would be too powerful if she wasn't EP. Oh my gosh. Hi everyone, hi. See a lot of new lurkers, I think. So yeah, hi everyone. Don't be shy to say hi in the chat. But if you're just lurking, it's also totally okay. I hope you will have a wonderful time. So yeah. It was wonderful. Really like the people and the overall vibe. That's good to know. That's awesome. That is absolutely awesome. Hopefully the game will scare you awake. Oh yeah, I'm sure it will. But yeah, guys. Let me share what I've been working on. So yesterday I was working from like 2 a.m. to 9 a.m. I was working on my new model. Because I told you a while ago, I think around a month ago, it was finished. In a sense, I finished the art, but I yesterday was trying a new program for PNG tubers, and I think I'm gonna use that one for like forever. As long as I have a PNG tuber model, that program will be my program of choice. I'm sad that I didn't set up the current model there because that one I really like it much more. It also doesn't eat the quality as much, and the animations overall are looking much smoother. So yeah, I can't wait to show you the new model. But yeah, I was setting it up and I'm finished. So now, as soon as the time comes, as soon as we achieve the milestone of 2K, we will be having a 2.0 PNG tuber stream debut. So yeah, yep. But yeah, but also currently, I still owe my artist for my future Life Today model. I still owe her some designs so she can start working on the reference sheet. Ooh, I love her art so much. I'm also subscribed to her like group where she posts the arts, and I'm like looking at them and I'm like, that would be me soon, very soon, hopefully. So yeah. Okay, let me go back to your comments. I think they did get snow in December, but usually it melts quickly. Now it's plus 10. Yeah, so they in general have this like European winters, I think. Yeah, plus 10. Usually no lower than that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they have a somewhat similar climate to Korea because they also have these like warm but like wet winters. You know what I'm talking about? So it's not like very cold and freezy, but it's rather a lot of moisture in the air, I think. Yeah. Or bore you to sleep. Oh. Is it that bad? Is it that bad? Hopefully the game will not be as sus as it was last time. Yeah. I really hope that they will stop doing what they were doing before, but at this point I'm not so sure. Hopefully we will just have horrors of, you know, Lovecraftian kind, not like R18 kinds of. Mm-hmm. The winters in Tokyo are cold and a bit of snow is common. Mm-hmm. The one away the new model. Yap, yap, yap. Yeah, I'm really saving it for to show you guys when we hit 2K. But yeah, since YouTube these days is a little bit strange in promoting, I started editing my clips again, and I will be hopefully posting them every day. I was like watching my repo stream, the last one with Alex Star, and I gathered like 36 clips. But I will see how many of them will like make it to the final product. Yeah, but hopefully I will be posting more funny stuff from now on. I need the world to see that I'm also really funny. mm. Okay. 36. Yeah. I have a multiple projects. Also, yeah, I'm having something. Finally, I bought four cans more, so now I have 6 cans in total. In my fridge and in my pantry. But yeah, I have like a plenty of projects where I started editing. I like cut out the clips out of the VOD, but then I never continued editing, like meaning changing the format and in text. I just cut it and left it there in the project. That is why my library in Final Cut, because I am editing there, and Final Cut has a quality of expanding your library because they save freaking everything and they double save and they triple save your files. So then my library was 220 GB, somewhere around that numbers. So I had to consolidate it, like delete some medias which were like triple saved. So now it's like smaller. So yeah. You mean that tea? Yeah, the drinky one, drinky tea. Speaking of models, I'm thinking I will be using my chibi one more these days, especially if we will be playing something that requires like a lot of resources from the computer. Because yeah, unfortunately, PNG Super Plus eats a lot of CPU, and we can't afford that if we don't want to lag. Also, oh, I also like posted it on Twitter. But I tried to start Arknights, but as soon as I logged into the game, they were like, you know what? Your computer is much lower than our standards. So I was like, got it. Closed. Oh my gosh. So yeah, unfortunately, no Arknights so far. But I'm trying to find some details for my computer. Yeah. So you will probably see my chibi model more because I will be using it more to reduce the load. But yeah. Normal Arknights or unfilled. Yeah. I don't know what is normal Arknights. To be fair, I only heard about unfilled, and I was sold on character designs. I really like them. They're very streetwear type, and I really love that style. Hi Afton, how you doing? Wait, did you change your nickname? Oh, it's Springtrap. Hi. How are you doing? It's been a while since I saw you. How are you doing? Tell me everything. I was just dump and ask that. It's okay. Cheese? I was thinking about cheese, thinking about cheese, thinking about cheese, thinking about cheese. It was only just a cheese. Do you know that song on TikTok? How are you? I'm as good as can be. I'm glad to hear that. I'm good too. I'm just a little bit sleepy, but we will be starting a game in a minute. We will be seeing the final episode of Tiny Bunny, the 5th one, and hopefully the horrors that they prepared for us will keep me awake. Yeah. Someone clipped that. Yeah, guys, you know, under the stream there is a little scissors button, which is called clip, and you can always press that, and the clip that you will create will be showing for me in the YouTube studio, and later I will be able to cut it out and post. So yeah, you can contribute to me spreading my funniness across the internet. Across the globe even. Seems like you're on a different TikTok. Yeah, I do have a little like my recommendations vary very much from my friends, and because of that, with one of them, we like whenever I send her TikToks, she's like, she's sending me something like a sticker in answer as an answer, but since I have like an older version of TikTok, it doesn't even show for me. So then it's like the dialogue looks like I'm sending her videos, and then she answers, and TikTok is like, okay, this message is not supported. So I don't even know what she's answering me. Is she happy about my videos that I sent to her? We will never know. Contribute to the hive mind of ever-growing fame. Well said, well said. I will be using that. If you don't mind. You reminded me of the streak. Oh my gosh, the streak thing. Why would they do that? The same friend that I was just talking about, she was very upset at me because one day I didn't send her a video and the streak ended, and she was like, no, we could have had 100 days. Oh, she's so silly. I love her. But yeah, the streak thing is strange. Why would they do that? Seems like they were trying to copy Ooh, what was the name of the godforsaken app? The owl app. I will be calling it the owl app. You know what I'm talking about, and I do not want to advertise them. Day 3 of asking for rice. What do you mean? The last stream I told you you have rice now. Go and take it. It's in your bowl, on your plate. I mean, what do you mean? Sounds like a you problem. I got an idea what it shows me by tag now, but it does. It has been for the past 3 months. So, yeah. It's like it's a renovation from the YouTube. A renovation, and it's like sparkles on each side of this words. Renovation, which is very passive aggressive way for me to portray it. But I am very passive aggressive about this. So yeah. They unfortunately do that now. That's why I have to go to your guys' profiles sometimes. If you're like not here each stream and I don't really remember you, I have to go like press go to channel and remember what your name is, which is very unfortunate for someone with a bad memory like me. Yeah. One more screen trap. It's after now. Yeah. I mean, would you like me to call you after? If you don't mind, we can do that. Less mess, I mean. Rice is hell expensive in Japan. Ooh, yeah. I think rice is expensive everywhere. I think it's around $2 over here for a kg. But I don't really eat rice, so maybe I have an outdated information. And also, we were promised to have prices go up like by 20%. So we will see. But yeah, guys, on that note, let us open the game. Let us slowly start. Be right back. Okay, okay. Call me whatever you may like. Okay. I will call you Spring Chap because it was like the first name I knew you by, if you don't mind. Hopefully, I will not forget that you are you. Okay, the game is starting. The game is opening. We are waiting. Let's go, let's go. Canosa may not join stream for another few months. Yeah, that could also happen. But yeah, as soon as you're back, we will be having this conversation again. Okay, let me move to my gaming screen. Let's go. Hello, will you load? Okay, there we go. Okay, let me sit comfortably. And let me remind you guys that the last time we ended on animal children transforming into the monsters, which was very predictable. That is what I was expecting of this game, and it happened. So yeah. Ain't nothing tiny about that bunny. Yes! For real. Okay, let us continue. Where is my save? Okay, January 30. That must be the one. Aha, episode 5. Bunny taste meals prepare. Ooh, I'm so scared. Okay, let me see your comments and then I will dive straight in. I searched why we have wisdom teeth and it turned out that it's an evolutionary leftover from ancient ancestors who need these extra molds to chew tougher foods. Yes, it is called. Let me see how it's called in English. So there's like 2 types of these things. For example, a human might be born with a tail. So in that case, it is called so yeah, the one that you are talking about is a rudimentary thing, I think it's called. But the one that I'm talking about, for example, when a human is born with extra hair or like a tail all of a sudden, it is called, let me know, translator, atavistic, atavism. Yeah. But yeah, wisdom teeth are a rudimentary thing. So yep. It's always good to know that because of our ancestors being big bags, we still have wisdom teeth today. Ooh. Okay, let me see. That's a big banana and a tiny bunny. Yeah. Since it's last episode, will you be trying different endings? I think not on stream. I will probably play it off stream later, and I will come back to you guys and tell you which storylines we could have possibly had. But also, I'm looking at Molka. I'm looking at Molka very attentively because she played this game before, and if you have time, my darling, please stay till the end of the stream because I really want to discuss with you the endings that you have got when you were playing, and also if we have any other people who were playing this game before and finished it. I would like to have a discussion with you guys because the last stream I unfortunately caught some spoilers while I was trying to search for something else. So I have seen a couple things that I could have done differently. So I'm really excited to discuss it with you guys. We also have tailbones because we had tails. Tails can also bones. Yeah. We have tailbones left. It is also because humans used to have tails, but then we started walking straight forward, straight walking. How is it called? Yeah, I think straight walking. And because of that, like females' bodies, we have like harder time giving birth now because straight walking is messing something with our like lower body. So our hips, I guess, are a little bit imbalanced because of that. So yeah. Women struggle because we nowadays do not have tails. If only we were all still having tails, maybe we would be happier as a society. You kept gasping and scrolling. Yes, it was hard to look away. Oh my gosh, my neighbors decided to move the furniture. What a timing. Quite a lot has happened in the last 3 months. However, everything's extremely long, so I'm not gonna spend anything. It'll be like 20 minutes just. I hope that it is good. I hope that whatever was happening on your sites gave you the best results possible. And if not, I hope that you will be continuing working on that and it will be all good. I wish you that. I wish you to have the good result of your work. So yeah. Okay. Like playing Who Wants to Be a Billionaire and Milk is the life golfers. Yes! Because our bipedalism caused the pelvic bands to become smaller, making the cavity small. Yes, exactly that. Are you mayhaps in a medical field? you know that you can, like, you worded that better than me. Good or bad, mostly good though. That is good. That is good. The what is it called? The glass is half full then. That is amazing. Let's play. We will start. Yes. Smaller frame, better balance, faster walking. Yes. Okay. Let's go. Ooh. Oh, we have snow. Okay. The house was enveloped in snow. A blizzard was coming. Oh, right. We were warned that there will be a blizzard. How fitting. Okay. I entered the dust-colored hallway and the door cracked itself shut behind me. A timid light that seeped through the windows for such a short time was already retreating. The sun was hidden behind a thick white veil. The blizzard whipped up its white flags into the sky, but it was not a sign of surrender. Wow! What a language. Okay. The fields and the forest got lost in the haze. A fish-eyed lamppost at the side of a disappearing road was the last glimmer of light around. The day became the night, an endless polar abomination that whispered and roared, and circled around the house. Oh! Can we not? Meat echoed inside my skull. Right away? Can we not? I slapped myself on the cheek. Mama, Papa, Mom, Dad? The empty house laughed mockingly. The kitchen was empty, the bathroom was empty, the attic was empty. I ran up the stairs, regretting that I didn't study the posters that trembled in the wind. What if my parents' faces were among those who went missing? I poked my nose into Mom's room. A leading cloud crept across the sky. Где же вы? Where are you? That is concerning. The deal was that our family is okay. Where is our family? I had no hopes of finding Olia in the kids' room, but she was in her bed. Oh, as if everything that happened last night was nothing but a dream.
Слава богу, ты здесь.
Thank goodness you're here.
Где
Oh,
мама
she's
с папой?
ill. Where are mom and dad? She didn't reply as she was probably asleep. A folded note lay near the pillow, a bit to the side as if not meant to be found. Okay, we went out to get the meds, look after Olia. We entrust her to you, your mom and dad. Olia didn't open her eyes. There was a compress on Olia's forehead, hot from her body heat. I guess our friends tended to her before heading out. Her head thrashed around on the pillow, her eyeballs round around under her eyelids.
А я могу прыгнуть к звездам, как ты.
Can I jump to the stars like you? I was stunned. She was dreaming about the New Year's round LA with the masked figures.
Нет, не можешь. Не смей, это все обман.
No, you can't. Don't, it's all a lie.
Зайчик, твой черед угощать нас.
Ooh, it's your turn to treat us, Bunny. Olia smiled. Her tiny teeth were smeared in chocolate. The hell? Can we not? Okay. It's just a game. I shook my head, trying to chase away the intrusive whispers, the images of gigantic creatures, rotten, worm-infested, and dead.
Гости скоро будут здесь.
The guests will come soon.
И
I'm so
мы
scared of her.
сможем с ними играть всю ночь.
And we'll be able to play with them all night. I thought about the hungry beasts from the forest, about the flute and its unceasing call, about the dead creatures jumping over the pines. The house got immediately darker and colder. Something rustled in the attic. Mice? A foxtail? Shadows climbed the walls. Floorboards creaked in empty rooms. In her delirium, Ollie describes images from my dream, even the things she couldn't know.
Я перепробую все конфеты.
I'll try all the candy.
Я не позволю.
I won't let you. Ah!
Позволишь. Еще как позволишь.
You will. Oh, you will. A voice ran out in my head, and the same time streamed from all the nooks and crannies in the house.
Мы придем, как только настанет ночь.
Will come when the night falls.
Зайчик, мясо нам достань.
Bunny, bring us tasty meat,
Или мясом сочным стань.
or become our juicy treat. Ooh. Okay, I broke free from the illusion's embrace like it was a spider web. Then sprinted out of the room, almost tumbling down the stairs. Clocks counted down the minutes without mercy. The night was almost upon us. I need to stop being selfish. What if Olia wakes up hungry? Okay, that is your only concern? Some leftover condensed milk languished in the freezer. I sliced up a loaf of bread into quarters just like Olia likes it. And then a piercing howl mixed in with the wind's song. Something dark was there in the blizzard's embrace. Some living being dotted around in the snow.
Нет, нет, до ночи еще далеко.
Oh no, the night is so far away.
Вы обещали дать мне шанс.
He promised to give me a chance. A pitiful yapping reached my ears. The snowstorm subsided for a moment, chasing away the swarm of snowy flies, and I recognized a familiar dog in the ball of fur that shivered in front of me. Oh, it's Julka! Maybe that was the chance I was looking for.
Жулька.
The stray wagged its tail as if it heard my shouts and rushed over the front door. I'm pretty sure we'll have a horror scene with the dog too. It whimpered as it clawed at the wooden planks with its tiny paws, asking me to let it in. Let's go.
Приветик.
Well, hello there. I bent down and rubbed the dog behind its ear. It wagged its tail even faster. The dog need food. What if I offer some dog meat to those monsters from the Black Forest? Will it be able to satiate their hunger? Without even thinking of how I'll kill the poor animal, I started backtracking, whistling. Oh no! Can we not feed the dog? Can we not? The blizzard whistled in unison with me, as if supporting my devilish plan. The shivering stray ran into the hallway. I shut the door as fast as I could, afraid that the dog could smell the danger and try to run away. Happy barks resounded throughout the house.
Тише, дурочка, Олю разбудишь.
Pipe down, silly. You'll wake up Oya. No, I can't just gut it in the hallway. The kitchen is a better choice. Shulka tried to lick my face when I picked it up, but I dodged.
Ты, наверное, проголодалась, девочка.
You're probably hungry, huh? Can we not kill the dog? Wait, what? Bro gets complimented with a gleam on his goggles every time he smiles. Yeah, talking to a girl is scarier than this game, not gonna lie. Yeah. Okay. I ransacked the freezer. Then tore the plastic bag with meat bits open and threw its contents to the dog. It sniffed the frosty bones with caution, then flashed me a suspicious look.
Ешь, давай.
Eat up. Newspapers with mom's crosswords acted like a makeshift oilcloth. I spread them around the floor so as not to get the floor dirty. Seems like my dad, who was constantly busy, forgot to sharpen our knives. No, are we really going to? Gotta go, unfortunately. Until we meet again, have a fun time. Bye bye. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a nice day. Okay. I felt dizzy at the thought that I'd need to slaughter a writhing Julka like a pig.
Чем бы тебе таким, чтобы не мучилась?
How do I make it the least painful for you? Someone else smirked inside me.
Ты это... Постой тут.
Listen, I need you to stay here for now.
Я за топором схожу и убью тебя. Хорошо?
I'll go grab the eggs and kill you, okay? Oh, why are you saying it so calmly? With a look of resignation in its eyes, the dog started its last dinner. I knew that the X was not without a reason. Shown without a reason. In the very first episodes. Can we not? Can we avoid this somehow? Okay, my legs gained 10 kilograms each as I shambled toward the attic. As I peered into the darkness, I was scared that I would come face to face with a goat's mouth, feel the stench of its dirty fur and his cold fingers grasping my neck. Whose goat's mouth? The attic was empty. Ah, right, the like monster. The egg lay with its blade toward me, casting a sinister shadow. We don't even have a choice. Okay. My fingers locked around the handle.
Помню. Собака или сестра.
Yeah. Remember, it's either the dog or your sister. Okay.
Собака или я сам.
It's either the dog or yourself. Ooh. I've heard people describe late homework with more fear and hesitation in their voices than this guy right here. Yeah, he's like suspiciously calm. I mean, yeah, he's going crazy also. He seems to have a strange relationship with like the bunny guy inside of him, but like, okay. I felt another hatred toward myself, toward that stupid, totally innocent dog, toward my parents who had abandoned us and driven away in their car, and toward the beasts that had left me no choice. I hated the entire world. I think we will have some more screamers in a second. With the anger in my heart and my eggs at the ready, I entered the kitchen to execute the last part of my plan. Shulka stood on its hind legs while Oya wrapped it in the scruff. My sister leaned against the table to stop herself from falling over. I dropped the tool and rushed toward the exhausted Oya.
Ты зачем встала?
Why did you get up?
Услышала, как собачка залаяла.
I heard the doggy barking.
Мне уже лучше.
I feel better already.
Не обманывай. Скорее иди в кровать.
Don't lie to me. Let's get you back in the bed.
Правда лучше.
But I'm too honest. She let go of the tabletop's edge to prove that she wasn't going to fall unconscious on me. Her cheeks reddened. I sighed after touching my sister's cold forehead. I realized that I'd kill anybody to ensure her safety.
А откуда взялась собачка? Она теперь наша?
What? Where did the doggy come from? Are we adopting it? So it was indeed like a... Oh my gosh. Yeah, I think it was a dream of them like adopting a dog before. What? What is this? The wall trees. Zarpin, are you here? Can we have a timeout for this account? Okay. I stood in front of the eggs I trapped, ashamed.
Забежала погреться. Погреется и уйдет.
I let it in because it was cold. It'll leave as soon as it warms up.
У нее щенки, ей нужно к ним возвращаться.
It has puppies to take care of. We can't keep it.
Мы и щенков можем к себе взять. Будет классно.
We can take the puppies too. It will be so cool.
Не думаю, что маме понравится эта идея.
I don't think Mom will like this idea.
А мы ее сильно попросим.
We will ask her super hard. The stray rubbed against Olia's legs.
Да она блохастая. Фу, Жулька.
It probably has lice. Julka, no.
Ее Жулька зовут.
Is it a girl? Is her name Julka? Julka.
Жулечка, ты теперь наша.
You're ours now.
Не бойся, маленькая. Тебя у нас никто не обидит.
Don't worry, girl. Nobody will harm you here. Are you sure about that? Olia took a sausage out of the fridge and threw it to the dog. It jumped on the treat with enthusiasm, even though I had already fed an entire portion of beef bones to it.
Я бы на твоем месте все-таки подремал.
I'll go take a nap if I were you.
Скоро папа врача привезет, а мама лекарства.
Dad will bring the doctor soon and Mom will get your meds.
Я больше не хочу спать. Мне кошмар снился.
I don't want to sleep anymore. I had a nightmare. She spoke slowly, her eyes downcast.
Да, знаю.
I know.
А вот и не знаешь.
No, you don't.
Ты хоть и был в этом сне, но откуда тебе знать?
You were in that dream, but how would you know?
А я про него рассказывать не буду.
And I won't tell you.
Потому что сон был очень плохим. Но теперь...
Because it was a very, very bad dream. But no. Olia's face brightened up, her lips formed a smile.
Теперь у меня есть Жулька. И все будет хорошо.
I have Shulka now. Everything will be okay.
Она залает, если прилетит страшная сова. А мы проснемся и спрячемся.
She will bark if that scary owl comes, and we'll wake up and hide.
И тогда нас не найдут.
And then they won't find us.
Оль, вряд ли эта шавка нас защитит.
Oh yeah, I doubt this mega thing can protect us. Yet my sister had already made up her mind.
Еще как защитит.
She can.
Ты же защитишь. Правда? Правда, маленькая.
You protect us, right? Right, Doggy? The stray barks in approval. I like that every time. The dog's line is to bark in approval. So yeah. Okay.
У меня для тебя кое-что есть. Я сейчас.
I have something for you. Wait here. Ollie ran toward the stairs. I heard them creak.
Осторожнее!
Careful!
Я скоро! Присмотри за Жулькой!
I'll be back! Look at Sashulka! I stared at the dog, stunned by how lively Ollie was now, despite being delirious from a fever just minutes ago. Julka finished her sausage and switched to licking the floor.
В друзья набиваешься, да?
Trying to cozy up to me, huh? I was Ollie's only friend. I was her savior. I could at least try to save her. But to do that, I picked up the eggs from the floor. Julka, as if sensing something, rushed after Olia, but I stood in the dog's way in front of the staircase.
У нас мало времени. Оля скоро вернется.
We don't have much time. Olia will be back soon. I tightened my grip on the eggs. Wait, it's on now. The little dog followed all my movements with its eyes.
Не бойся.
Don't be afraid.
Я знаю, что все собаки попадают в рай.
I know that all dogs go to heaven. Its tail jumped back and forth.
Да не будь же ты такой милой!
Stop being so cute, damn it! No, we are sparing, we're sparing, we're sparing. What am I doing? How will I be different from the sadists from my school if I hurt an innocent dog? Especially when it looks at me with eyes this intelligent.
Не могу!
I can't. You spared Shulka. Dr. Pavlov. Okay. The achievement we just received is called Dr. Pavlov. I mean, I'm pretty sure we'll regret this decision, right? But we can't kill a dog! So, let's see. I dropped the axe, exhausted. Beads of sweat rolled down my body under my clothes. My breathing racked. It felt like I just ran a 100-meter sprint.
Я не убийца.
I'm not a killer. Shoka yapped as if agreeing with me.
Я принесла игрушки для собачки.
Ooh. I brought some toys for the doggy. Ollie hopped down the stairs. She was clutching a bright ribbon in one of her hands and a rubber ball in another. I pushed the eggs under the phone table with my foot and, with a sad smirk on my face, watched my sister sigh in adoration.
Ты теперь в безопасности.
You're safe now. But what about us? The windows seemed so fragile, the shadows outside so alive. Ollie tied the ribbon around the dog's neck like an improvised collar. Then she made Shulka chase the ball, baring its teeth in a bout of canine happiness, all to Ollie's amusement. If you kill him, you would get a some achievements and expands the number of possible endings. Ooh, I see. Damn, that's a really good reference. Gresham is a character of a story where the guy was working for a rich lady. So like, you know, what is it called? Wait. In the times of serfdom, I think it's called. Yeah, serfdom. The translator says to me. So he was a guy who was serving a rich lady, and he got a dog. I think he was also mute as far as I remember, and he was trying to hide the dog really, really well, but unfortunately the lady saw it and she ordered him to kill the dog, and he like drowned her. So yeah. It's a really sad story, but yeah, the reference is cool. Yeah, it is sad, I know. Okay, let's continue. Okay, my sister's laughter was priceless, even in a moment like that. It felt like nothing bad had ever happened, and our parents were about to return, and her fever was about to subside. And the black garage never existed. What is the black garage? I mean, is he calling the monsters like that? Okay. Why can't we just turn into dogs?
Или в других зверюшек. Гулять, резвиться.
We're some odd animal, but run around, have fun. A foreboding feeling tugged at my heart.
Потому что мы люди.
Because we're humans.
Скучно.
That's boring. Ollie tapped the floor.
Сидеть.
Sit. Shulka yapped in confusion.
Не работать ей в цирке.
Not cut out to work in the circus, huh?
Я ее всем командам обучу. Вот увидишь.
I'll teach her a lot of commands, you'll see. Ollie yawned and lay on her side. There and then, on the floor, the ball rolled away from her, attracting the stupid dog.
Как спать? Хочется.
So sleepy. Her eyelids closed and she started snoring. I leaned in and touched her forehead. It was hot again.
Сторожи свою хозяйку. Ты ей жизнью обязана.
Guard your owner. You owe her your life. My command was directed at Shulka. The dog kept on sniffing my pants, oblivious to how close to death it was. I ran to the second floor, brought a blanket and a pillow. Ollie should sleep here under my watch. Who knows what could knock on her bedroom door? I tucked my sister in. She smacked her lips in her sleep. I rubbed her delicate forearm. Shulka rounded into a wall beside her and started snoring loudly.
Ночь будет долгой.
Oh? It's untranslated? Okay. I shrank after hearing an ear-rending scream in the surrounding darkness. It was the wind, or the agony of hunger. The monstrous music of the hurricane poured into my ears. It consisted of screeching, wailing, and my own quickened heartbeat. The wind wrapped the windows. An open window banged against its frame somewhere above us, as if it were a rabid beast clanking its maw. Had the guests arrived already? Were they walking all over the second floor? Were they running from one corner to the other in the hallway, giggling? I should have fed Shulka to them. They're angry. Their wrath knows no bounds. I squeezed myself into the fridge, expecting the darkness of the doorframe to sink its claws into me at any moment. I waited for toothy animal faces to emerge into the kitchen, their saliva splattering to the floor. I need to calm down. I need to take my meds. Okay, the meds again. That is concerning. I grabbed the package from one of the fridge shelves, pushed out a pill into my tongue, and washed it down with tap water. Then collected some more water and washed my face. I felt like the blizzard was disappointed by my choice. It wailed and attacked the outer walls of the house even harder. It felt the immense fear of the two small children inside this fragile house. I realized that the shadows were creeping closer to Olia when I wasn't watching them. What is this? Can we not? A black goblet crawled from around the corner but melted from a direct look, a fuzzy silhouette under the table. I turned my head like crazy, fending them off. Can we not? Oh, a gut-wrenching squeak rang out as if somebody scraped their claw against the window's glass.
Нет, нет, нет!
No, no, no!
Вы не настоящие!
You're not real. But if the shadows weren't real, if there was nobody inside the blizzard, does that mean I'm just insane? I looked at the package in my hand. What did I even take? The kids don't need to read the instructions for medication. They have moms for that. Exactly, let's see. I pierced the tiny font with my eyes. Relieves fits of uncontrollable anger and anxiety. Helps with behavioral abnormalities, many as destructive behavior. Can cause addiction. Possible side effects include dizziness, heightened motor activity, disruption of thermoregulation, insomnia. And high dosages can cause serious injury or death. I hesitated. What was the truth? How could I tell it apart from the nasty lies? Do we have a choice? I don't see any. You see, we don't have a choice to not take the pill, I guess. took a risk. Things would take a turn for the worse if I couldn't think clearly. I waited, but the medication didn't work. The ominous world outside didn't change one bit, didn't become any less hostile. On the contrary, it felt like the silhouettes of trees turned into living carnivorous beasts lurking in the dark, waiting for their prey. Crooked branches bent down to the ground one moment, seeking their prey in the snowy trails, only to then shoot up toward the sky, trying to grab an unsuspecting bird. However, as soon as he looked upon them, the masquerading creatures would freeze. Antidepressants cause depression, so it's no different, yeah. And they would look again like the many dead trees in the middle of the cursed taiga forest. But maybe it was all just the wind's fault. No, there's no way. Black figures moved toward the house, shrouded by darkness. They were hungry. They still waited for their treat. I needed help, so I ran into the hallway, slipping and sliding. Make a call? Okay, who are calling? I clutched the phone. The speaker was silent at first, then barely audible beeps came through. I imagined the moss swaying in the wind, the wires ringing as they were about to be snapped in half by hungry jaws. My fingers spun the dial. I dialed Polina's number. The phone vibrated with beeps as short as my breath. Finally, I called the police, but the dry familiar voice on the other end just kept on repeating the same words over and over.
Данное направление перегружено. Данное направление перегружено.
Look at this!
Данное
Blood
направление
everywhere.
перегружено.
The line is busy. I think I see the poster of the officer also on the wall, on the right. The one who was like investigating everything. I dropped the phone. In the kitchen, the fridge grumbled as it turned off. The lights went out, flinging me into complete darkness. But it only lasted for a moment. Only it seemed like the peculiar phantoms in my hallway that pretended to be shadows from our furniture creeped closer.
Мертвые к мертвому,
Ashes to ashes,
живое к живому.
dust to dust. I started whispering the useless chant, but stopped midway. Nature wailed on the other side of the door barrier. Whoever was walking toward the house, squeaking with the snow, wasn't my parents. They wouldn't crawl on our roof, scratching it with their claws. They wouldn't look into our kitchen windows. We need to barricade ourselves before it's too late. I chopped up the cabinet with an axe to acquire some built-in material. Shulka circled around my hands, following all my actions with curiosity. Metal nails dug into the wood. I slammed their heads with an axe butt. I nailed the planks to the window frame, shielding the house from the horror creeping in the blizzard. Imagine that! If the monsters don't actually exist, parents come home and their kid just slammed everything and made a barricade? Oh my gosh, that would be so bad. Okay. I nailed the planks to the window frame, shielding the house from the horror creeping in the blizzard. Another window was barricaded with pieces of furniture. I pulled it down to check for integrity. I wandered around the house that seemed frighteningly big now and suffocated on the thought that I'll stumble into a skulking monster as I turned another corner. I would go to the kitchen, but I'd end up in the black garage pretending to be it. What is a black garage? I don't believe we've seen that name before. Frosty wind scratched at the door.
Впусти нас!
Let us in. Something evil flashed in the gaps between the planks.
Накорми нас!
Feed us. I sat on the stairs and fixed my gaze on the front door. With an axe on my lap, with a heart beating so hard it could be used to hammering nails. I sat and stared, my whole body shivering. I sat and stared, losing the last vestiges of my sanity. I sat and fell into slumber. Okay, that wasn't expected. I jumped up as if something bit me. My sleepiness was washed away by the incessant ringing of the doorbell. Did Dad return with the doctor? Or was it Mom carrying bags of medicine? Why would they ring? They have a key! Or maybe that hungry pack of animals showed up to dine. I sneaked around the hallway. The planks under my feet squeaked, giving me away.
Кто там?
Who's there? Silence. Or did somebody answer me but was silenced by the blizzard? Be prepared. I pressed my face against the peephole, but it was shaded with rime. There was only a blurry, barely discernible silhouette on the porch. Were they wearing a mask? Probably not. I had an equal chance of getting help from the night guest or being torn to pieces right in the hallway. Zholka trotted to my side from the kitchen and barked happily, scratching at the floor. It looked at me from below as if asking why I was hesitating. I glanced at the sleeping Olya and then back into the peephole. Uh-huh. I need help. I need help in deciding. I don't know. I mean, the dog could equally just recognize the owner, who is the fox girl. I mean, if she can still transform back to a girl after all this. Or it could be the police officer, probably. If he wasn't missing. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like we might make a mistake over here. Let me drink my tea. Dad, you think so? I don't know. But what if it's a friend? No, I mean no, okay. Let's not. The dog is angry. Look at this. The dog is angry then. And now it's happy. And now it's angry. Unless it doesn't remember the scene. Let's not risk it. I think let's not risk it. I backed away into the corridor, into the embrace of shadows. Somebody's knuckles knocked on wood, insistent on being let in. No way. Whoever it is, they're not welcome here. Mom and Dad had their own keys to the house, and that meant that unexpected visitor clearly carried a threat. They knew we were home alone. Uh-huh. Order! You didn't let the guests in. Okay, that was the achievement we just got. The porch creaked. The guests clearly changed their minds and left, disappearing in the blizzard. Suddenly, the lights went out. Darkness splashed from all nooks and crannies. The blizzard's moans intensified. I blinked through a crazy clutch on the handrails. The sounds of the flute enveloped the house, streaming through the cracks in the decrepit walls. Somebody started pounding on the door. I backed into the wall from surprise. Look at this! The cross went down! The cross went down, guys! Guys, we are so not safe right now. Whenever the cross goes down, it means that everything is cooked. We're screwed. A hail of strikes was unleashed on the door, bending it like a thin sheet of plywood. As if dozens of fists and legs were simultaneously punching and kicking the wood.
Это они!
It's them! The door danced in the doorway. Dust flew from the flatbeds. The rumbling noise stopped as suddenly as it started. I rushed into the kitchen. I heard a heart-wrenching squeaking sound as if someone was driving their claws in the walls. The flapping wings. The night turned like a giant stomach. And then they hatched from the shadows, next to us, in the gaps between the doors. They pressed against the windows, leaving blood and squished maggots on the windows. Crooked fingers scraped against the glass. Their fangs scratched away the line. Lines of teeth bared themselves in the glass. eyes showing left and right. Dark beasts stare at us from the outside of the woods.
Воткнули нам дружок, мы голодны, мы их хотим.
Open up, buddy. We're hungry. We want to devour.
Мы их хотим.
We want to. Smell your fear.
Полежи с нами.
Dance with us. Funny boy.
Полежи в крови, ужасный дурачок.
Dance in blood, my hair cool.
Дай нам отдохнуть в твоих горячих кишках.
Ooh, let us rest in your hot guts. Your hot blood.
Утоли наш голод.
Save our hunger. Our hunger. The ice shone like stars in the pitch black skies. Last box in the kitchen. The invading winds played with our hair. Ah! It brought a flute melody, quick and slippery like a poisonous viper. The monsters thrust their paws into the gaps between the planks, clicked with their claws, demanded their treats. A huge deformed hand held on to a running mask, full of bursts from worms to no one in particular.
Утоли наш голод.
Sate our hunger.
Дай напиться жертвенной крови.
Let us drink the sacrificial blood. Hoot. Carve us a slice.
Зачем выходи скорей?
Bunny, show yourself. Be brave. Give the beasts fresh meat they crave. I plugged my ears with my fingers. The nasty voices subsided, only to be replaced by another sneering voice.
Антон, ты должен. Ты обязан кормить.
Anton, you must feed them. Oh, it's his own voice, I guess.
Или сам стать мясом.
Or become the meat yourself.
Твоя очередь. Посмотри на меня.
It's your turn. Look at me. I shifted my gaze to the eggs. The blade reflected my twisted face. I couldn't recognize myself.
Да, вот так.
Yes, just like that. The voice pleaded sweetly.
Выбирай тщательнее. Не дай себя убить.
Choose carefully, don't get killed. Right in front of me, illuminated by the moonlight on blade-sharp glass, was a silvery bunny mask.
Наше настоящее лицо.
Our true face.
Оно поможет отомстить нам тем, кто бил и унижал нас.
It will help us get revenge on those who hit and bullied us.
Поможет стать настоящим собой.
It will help us to become who we truly are. My little sister snored innocently as she slept on the floor, as if nothing was happening around her.
Никто меня не видит. Значит, самое время выбрать жертву.
Nobody can see me, and that means it's time to choose the sacrifice. And now we can't even choose the dog. Okay. I mean, we cannot freaking sacrifice our sister. We only have one route now. I guess. Yeah. We can only sacrifice ourselves now. Let me see. See how this makes no sense? We will discuss it. We will discuss it later. There are a lot of obnoxious sounds in this episode. Yes, I know. And so it is. Yes. Bye-bye, my guy. I screamed. Olia shuddered as she woke up.
Я буду вашим угощением! Только оставьте сестру в покое!
I'll be your treat. Just leave my sister alone. Giant paws smashed through the boards as if the house was made out of matches and holes inside. Yeah, they... Yeah, they could have done this before, but why they didn't? I guess, yeah, that's what you were talking about. Why would they, like, look around if they could just do this? But I guess it was just for the suspense. Okay, your butt is single bites, brother. I guess we'll have to sweep the floor there. What is it? You can hear screams of the soundtrack, by the way. Sweep the floor from the bins. This exchange between Alisa and Anton references a Russian short story for children, Kolobok, Little Bun. In it, a childless couple of elderly peasants uses the last grains of flour they have to bake themselves a son who could help run the house. The titular character, however, escapes from them and decides to travel the land. He then meets a variety of animals: a hare, a wolf, and a bear. Oh, actually, yeah. I did not think about that. Okay, that kinda also fits the story. And evades being eaten by singing them a song. In the end, he meets the cunning fox and she tricks him into jumping onto her snout before eating him. The music is so funny. Their fingers felt around the kitchen. A hairy claw grabbed the yelling Oya by the leg and dragged her into the blizzard. No!
Стойте! Так нельзя! Возьмите меня!
Wait, you can't do that! Take me instead!
Стало плохо слышу. Сядь-ка на мою мордочку, да пропой еще разок погромче.
Oh, that is the from the previous reference from the tale. Oh, so hard of hearing now. Come sit on my snout and sing your song a little louder. And she grabs us. Then the claws the size of butcher knives grabbed me, dragged me outside, and lifted me high in the air toward the sky. I guess bye-bye. Oh. Teeth and claws, sharp like a blade, ate into my flesh, tore it apart piece by piece. And that is all. And that was the end! Look at this! Oh, also look at... Oh. Ooh, ew. Damn! That is all? That is like the end? Oh, I guess that's because we made a bunch of wrong decisions. Yeah, I mean it's the only outcome here, but like I would hope that the episode would at least be longer. But like whatever. Okay, control. Look at this. Oh, all the arts. Look at this though. So beautiful. But like so scary. And it's the fox. Okay, you became dinner. Emergency rations. The achievement that we got. Lost in the night. Snow-laden roads, a lone tractor abandoned in a snow pile. The black silhouette of a school. Twilight falls, but there's no light in the windows and no smoke billowing from the chimneys. The buildings are consumed by darkness. This was how the village that posed many riddles to the police, the relatives of locals, as well as the general public, greeted our correspondents. Oh, it's like the report. Where did all the people go? Just yesterday, this place was full of life, the village depopulated in a heartbeat in a single night, as if hundreds of people conspired to leave their homes at the same time. Without leaving any hints or traces, they disappeared, dissolved into thin air. Locals of neighboring villages refused to give us any comments and just kept on sprinkling salt on our porches out of fear, a paganistic method of protecting oneself from evil. Looking at the empty streets, one might start to believe in the most outrageous theories, as if one was also to listen to the shuffling taiga forest that surrounds the dead village. Even the most ardent atheists would be compelled to cross themselves. The end. Wow. Okay. That was something. That was really quick, and we are gonna discuss everything right now. Oh my gosh! I should have said to the policeman that we have children in the forest in the very beginning. Okay. Do you want me to go back to the loading screen, to the second screen, or do we want to look at these animals as we talk. What do you think? Throwing tomatoes. I mean, maybe if we let the stranger in, the chapter would be a little bit longer. Actually, let us see. Do you want to see what happens if we let the stranger in? We will just quickly go through all the lines and we will see what happens. Do you want to? There was an ending where the whole world ends. Why? Why though? If we sacrifice someone, all of the endings are just different ends on death. No, I mean it makes sense, but how can he possibly wrestle such monsters? He's just a child, but I mean, even if we embrace the bunny side, we still die. They still eat us. Okay, let us not look into that one. The other half are different variations of becoming a bunny. Yeah, so we can't have a happy ending. I mean, there could be one that is just so hard to achieve that like not a lot of players actually got that route. I'm pretty sure that there got to be one single happy ending in all of this, but it's like it should be very hard to achieve. Let me actually go to Steam and see the achievements so we can have a better idea. There isn't. Crazy. Okay. So, I saw a spoiler that there was a possibility for us to save Katya. Somehow, there are two somewhat happy endings. Oh, tell me everything, Raven. Tell me. And I will go scavenge through the achievements. What have we achieved and what have we done? Okay, 102 achievements in total. Okay. You became dinner. 18% of players have this achievement. I got a rare one. The emergency rations one. Okay. You became a monster. But like, Adventure. You went on a date with Alyssa. No gain. You were victorious in a fight. We could be victorious in a fight? Okay. You made your sister happy. I guess that is the one where we play the video game? Big Bro, the achievement is called. Okay, then we have Cursed Tape. You recorded the report footage. Have no idea what is that. Tough luck. You overestimated yourself. We don't know what is this. I assume that might be also about fighting or something. Van Gogh, you're a true painter. That gotta be something related to us making a portrait of someone. Team Voltron. Oh, magma is coursing through your veins. You desire infinite fusion. What? I don't know. Okay, Dr. Jekyll, you retained your humanity. Okay, I got the Dr. Hyde achievement, by the way, because I became a monster. Oh, Mr. Hyde. And then we have the Dr. Jekyll if we, I guess, do not become a bunny. Yuck, you rejected the Fox's treat. I think it's the one in the very beginning, right? Humble and Victory, you won in Rock, Paper, Scissors? What? We didn't play them, okay. Three Musketeers, you took Biasha alone. That could be also, oh, that is also another line. Wow. Okay, let me see. One is when you stay with Alyssa and live in the forest as animal, and one where you become demon hunter. I could become a demon hunter? But everyone dies though. Yeah. I mean, if you stay as an animal, yeah, I guess so. Shaman King, you accepted the amulet. Have no idea. My precious, you got Simeon's signet ring. We could also get his ring somehow. Run for your life. You escaped. What were we possibly escaping? Okay. Useful connections. You received the policeman's number. That could have helped us so much. I guess. True Detective 4, you examine all objects in F4. Ah, yeah, I missed the last one. I could have gotten this one too. Oh no. Survivor, you escaped from Romka. We were ambushed, I guess, in that storyline. Huggers, you caught the hog. What is the hog? Okay. Humiliated and insulted. You don't know how to stand up for yourself. I guess that is where we were bullied in the very first scene by Simone. Ground meat, you couldn't save Katya. Oh wow. Oh wow, that was the spoiler that I saw. I saw a picture of her standing in like a bathroom and her mouth was like the tape was on her mouth. That was the spoiler that I wanted to ask you about the most. Why? How do we get that line? Why would we even save her? Okay. Law and order, you sided with the law. Oh, I guess that is if we tell on Alyssa. Strawberry, you did your best to save Katya. Uh-huh. Muse, you were able to you were able to escape the friend zone. So we could have had a romantic line of like fully. Not that I wanted. Ooh. No. The main issue with the bunny antics is that they actively contradict one another. I mean, how? I mean, I think the idea of having very different endings is good, but depends on what endings they actually have. I might go look after the stream which endings we have, and then I will come back knowing more. Wait, ended like this. That was logical. Okay, when Oya Polina Romo is sacrificed, Tihanov immediately appears and claims that all the children are dead, the parents are dead, and that the animals were never real. Wait, when do we sacrifice them? I need more info on that. If the player sacrifices themselves instead, Tihanov never appears at all, the animals clearly exist, and the parents are alive. Okay, I see. That is a little bit strange. I mean, it is possible for Tihanov just to be like, I do not believe. Like, no? This mutually exclusive outcomes undermine any coherent interpretations of the story. But I mean, yeah, couldn't he be just like, couldn't he just not believe in their existence? And that is why he's like, the children and the parents, they could be still dead because of the animals. That does not like necessarily like, we don't need Tihanov to believe that. I mean, but when do we sacrifice all of them? I mean, interesting. Okay, let me go back to the achievements. Teen Murder, you have unlocked ending 1. Okay. Do you have multiple achievements for endings? Ending 1. I wonder what that is. Gracious in defeat, you lost in rock, paper, scissors. Top secret, you got the photo of Kadi's braids. Why? Why would they? Okay, whatever. Third wheel, Biesha would have only gotten in your way. Guess might do something to him. Skeptic, you refused the amulet. What is the? I don't remember what. Did we encounter any kind of an amulet? I think not. Okay, True Detective 1, you examined all the objects in episode 1. Secret message, you listened to a nursery rhyme fragment on the radio. Yeah, we couldn't in the very first episode, I guess. True Detective 1, you examined all the objects in episode 2. Duckinator, you took care of all the ducks. I guess that is about the video game. And then 56 hidden achievements remaining. Seems like, yeah. was this the bad one? I mean, we got eaten. The whole village got eaten. It's hard to say if it's the worst out of the worst, but like, yeah, I think by letting them in, sure. Oh, you think that might be them? In this episode? Damn, we could have had them. Now I really want to see it. Now let me go back to the game actually. I really want to see who can we possibly go, who can we possibly get in. But yeah, if you're saying, I mean, no, I'm pretty sure that all can be dead, but I want to see who's there. Okay, let me see. I will quickly scroll past all the things that we've already seen, and we'll go to that one, and then I will go back to my gaming screen. Let me see. I wonder who could that be. Too bad we can't play the chapters like one by one. We need to save the file each time. Okay, load. I need to scroll past all the screamers. Okay, let me actually move right away so I won't forget. Okay, skip. Okay. Skip. Why is it so loud? Okay, skip. Sorry guys for the loudness. Okay. But the chapter is so
Ты, наверное,
short
проголодалась,
also.
девочка.
I wish it would be. Yeah, sorry. It is so loud.
Пум. Ты зачем?
Okay.
Не ду...
Okay.
Я...
Я буду...
Да.
Ты хоть... Потом... Типа, ну и так... Ишь, ты же... Нет.
Осторожно! Не будь. Я... Да не будь же ты такой милой.
Okay, spare. Imagine waiting 2 years just for this. Yeah, I mean, for people who also got the same route as me, the chapter is so small. It's like it isn't worth it. Kill? No. We're just here to look at who's our guest. We just want to see who is our guest. We will not be killing the dog. Okay. I just want to see who's next. Let's go. Okay. Let's see. Who is our guest? But it's someone tall. Let's see. I really hope that it will not be another jump scare. Okay, my heightened senses told me that whoever was outside wasn't an enemy. That is funny. I clenched my jaw until it hurt, ready to hack at the rotting mouse. And then spun the lock. A hairy figure towered in the porch, showering me with the smells of pine needles and sulfur. Who could it possibly be if not her? Oh. Oh, it's Mom. Oh. Why is she alone? Oh. Huh? If you don't put on the mask and fight Simon, you get a whole new branch with Pauline. I see. Okay. Before I could do anything, my mom walked out of the white window. Air whistled as it battled its way through firmly gritted teeth.
Ты жива?
You're alive. Mom gave me a look of astonishment.
Жива, конечно.
Of course I am.
Ты зачем топор взял? Раскольниковым себя возомнил?
Why did you pick up the eggs? Plain Raskolnikov?
Вот папа обрадуется, что сын Достоевского прочел.
Okay. That is also a reference. The protagonist of Dostoevsky's Crime and Punishment. In the story, he used an axe to kill an elderly pound worker. Yeah. Okay, Dad will be super happy upon he read some Dostoevsky. Shulka started rubbing against Mom's legs, standing on its hind legs as its tongue out.
У нас гости.
Do we have guests?
Она замерзла и...
It was freezing outside, so Mom glanced at the destroyed furniture, then at the barred windows. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. It would be so funny if they came in and we're like, we destroyed everything. Okay. The wind threw balls of snow into the windows, dark like burial soil.
Итак, что ты тут делал?
So, what exactly were you doing here? I tried to justify my actions after hiding my building tool behind my back.
Кто-то ходил вокруг дома,
Somebody was walking in circles around the house,
а папа сказал, я должен защищать Олю.
and Dad told me to protect Olya.
И ты
Where's
решил,
he, by
что
the way?
ей угрожает сервант.
So you decided the old cupboard was a threat?
Ветер мог выбить стекла.
The wind could have blown out the glass.
Вот я и подумал,
So I thought, the decision to wreck barricades now seemed desperately stupid to me. Imagine your son doing that. Yeah, that's what I say.
Да,
And Mom clicked her tongue.
дурдом. Спасибо, хоть пальцы себе не оттяпал.
What a disaster. Well, at least you didn't chop off your own fingers.
Что головушку повесил? Ты забивал? Тебе и разбирать.
Now don't you just stand there staring at the floor. You built this, so you will have to demolish it. Where's our father, though? I nodded without looking up and dragged my feet toward the closet to pick up the claw hammer. Mom looked around as if searching for something in the semi-dark creeping from the empty rooms. I didn't like the oppressive silence, so I spoke out.
там дорогу завалило, да? Папа не застрянет в пути?
The road is probably all snowed in, right? Won't Dad get stuck along the way? Oh, they didn't leave together. I see, okay.
Не переживай за отца. Он может за себя постоять.
Don't worry about your father. He can take care of himself.
А лекарства?
And what about the meds?
Купила. Полный комплект.
I bought everything we might need.
А почему Оля спит на полу? Оль!
Why is Olya sleeping on the floor? Olya! My little sister stretched and unglued her eyelids, then shrieked from happiness. She lunged at Mom's neck, the blanket dragging behind her like a mantle. I couldn't help but smile at the sight. Dad will return soon, and the entire Petrov family will be home, inside of an impenetrable fortress that can be breached by some people in costumes. Mom smarted Anya in a tight embrace. I do not like the shade on her face. Why does she have a... Yeah, I'm also confused. Why does she have a shade on her face? That is...
Все хорошо, девочка моя, все позади.
It's okay, my girl, you will be fine. Then glanced over her shoulder.
А ты так и будешь там стоять?
Well, don't just stand there. Did she close the door? I didn't see her closing the door. I sniffled, sorry. Mom held an outstretched hand to me. With her other hand, she ruffled all the already messed up hair. Okay, we have the same animation. I dropped the eggs and walked up to my dearest people in the whole world. There was enough space there for me. Mom's palm was scorchingly cold, but I knew she'd get warmer soon. That from this moment on, our family will be able to overcome anything life could throw at us, and then winter will end, snow will thaw, snowdrops will sprout from the soil. The wind traveled across the room, rustling the ends of the tablecloth. Can you close the door? Can you close the door? Can you freaking close the door? I do not like this. I do not like the sound. Snowflakes drifts into the hallway.
Мам, дверь.
Mom, the door.
Двери всегда открыты.
Yeah.
На случай, если гости придут.
I knew it. I knew it. The doors are always open in case we have guests.
Гость?
Guests? The lights flickered. Every time the light bulb went out and then back on, shadows on the floor became longer and lost their shapes more and more. The house screeched with wooden bones in sweet anticipation. Scratch, scratch. The door swung freely on the rusted hinges, banging against the door frame. I grabbed at Mom's fur coat. Looked up at the ceiling. Darkness. Light. The door swung open and slammed against the wall. Oh! Huh? Who are you? A horned silhouette stood at the porch. That was the goat he was talking about, I guess. This is the guy who was pretending to be Grandpa Frost! Treats. Forest Master. Hulking inevitable, he stepped into the doorway. The wooden box at the edge of the forest stopped pretending to be a house, a place of shelter. It became a trap with barred windows. Monsters scowled in the gaps between the planks. Moldy spouts spread throughout the ceiling. Ah! Okay. So it's relatively the same, I guess. Ancient Segan squeaked, brushing off the piles of snow from its white, piney branches. I'm sorry. Crooked fingers appeared from the crevices. Always squealed, but I couldn't help her. Our embrace felt unbearable now. Oh yeah, she's like digging her nails into us. I looked up, blinked away the tears of desperation. Bunny! We have another bunny? So our mother is a bunny now? What? My gaze slid across my mom's chest, then her neck, and stopped on the grey bunny mask. Avarice shone in her eyes. I screamed, and her mouth opened, showering me with a putrid stench. Ow! Ew. Motherly fangs bit into my face, I'm sorry. We got devoured by the eternal darkness. Okay, so then the mom becomes the bunny. But how though? Why? Okay, that doesn't make sense, to be fair. Oh, another picture. The screaming moon like this. Oh! Domestic violence. Okay! Outsider, you got killed by your close kin. Another ending. Another achievement for that. Domestic violence, unprecedented cruelty is how the detective characterized a recent martyr of the children, whose mangled bodies were found in a peaceful taiga village this Thursday. The entire police force has been deployed to search for the perpetrators. The main suspects right now are the parents of the two murdered kids. The massacre occurred in the house. Spouses P have gone missing, probably running from the scene of the crime. A regional manhunt is currently underway. It doesn't say anything about other missing people though. I see. Huh. Interesting. Okay, yeah, it kind of seems like, just from these two endings, it seems like they... how do I say this? That the endings kinda are not connected to the previous 4 chapters, in a sense that in this particular case they just don't address that there's like a whole village being missing still. Like, you know what I mean? Like, in any ending that we get on the same route, there should still be that it should be still addressed that the whole village is kind of also missing. Why are we only focusing on the parents? Who is focusing on the parents though? I understood waits a little to criticize. Yeah, me too kinda, but like, yeah, judging from what I just saw, they're kind of not connected. They just wanted him to die. Me too, honestly. He pisses me off. Also, like, this whole line with the meds, and it's not like used much. I guess if we played other endings, we will probably see it being used somehow. But the only mention of him being like doubtful of the meds is like right now in this chapter when he's like, what am I even taking all these 5 chapters? Let me see. Actually, Molka, you told me that there was something with like AI involved. Is it like real info or is it just a speculation? Let me see. Wiki fandom. Okay, I see all the reviews. What the hell? Okay, I just found another ending. Perhaps the ending where the protagonist divides the entire country, the Earth, the planet, and suddenly the moon of Lurin to Berserk in the art is considered the game's true ending. The art is a bit AI. I mean, I don't know. I didn't see much of a difference though. What the hell? Okay, I'm reading currently all the different endings. Okay. Okay, I'm currently reading the person describing all the endings, and he says that in one of the endings, the wolf boy is Romka. Blink, blink. So like my theory about animals being the missing children kinda is true in one of the endings. What? What? There's an ending where kids grow up and they go to Biasha, who's in the psych ward. Blink, blink. Okay, there is one ending where it's explained that their mother is the previous bunny. And she oh, how do I explain this? of that she also had the power of the bunny, but she like gave it to her children. And there's also some things about biting the moon. I guess that is like the ritual that they were doing when they were like jumping in the forest, I guess. Okay, then there is there is an ending where if we are following the Paulina route, we can read a prayer and an angel appears and kills monsters and wipes out memories. Blink, blink. Hello? Angels? Be not afraid? Like, kind. Oh, Paulina gives us the amulet. Some of these endings make no sense. Huh? Like I'm currently reading through all the endings, and it's so funny. It would have been better if they had answered the questions that truly interested the audience. I mean, I wasn't in the fandom around that time, so I have no idea what people in general were like wanted to know. But yeah, like I thought all the monsters were in his imagination. I mean, I was saying to you guys in the like in the early episodes that it would be funny if the meds are causing him to hallucinate that much, but it wouldn't explain why the kids are going missing then. So it would be unlogical. But it would be funny if there is actually an ending for that. Let me see. Ow. Ow. Okay, okay. A human and an animal are separated from each other, but we can see an effect of an animal affecting each character. So like the animal replaces the human. Okay, okay. Person is, I don't know if it's like true. I think it's the person thinking about this in a text form. So he's like saying the mask is an artifact and the it contains the spirit of an animal. So then it's like it carries some kind of a parasite that makes a human go crazy, and it reacts on the flute sound. Oh, the flute! By the way, now that I think about it, the forest master is playing it then. It would be funny if you like stop taking meds and it's just a normal game. Yes, normal game, a normal. How it was. I'm just a normal girl living a normal life. But there's a secret. I am taking meds. Like, okay, what would you rate the game out of 10? For atmosphere, 9 out of 10. It's really good. It's really scary. For the general plot and the confusion, I guess now that I can see the different endings that people are listing, I'm like, that comes out of nowhere sometimes. But plot-wise, I didn't get a lot of scenes. Seems like I could also talk more to Polina and go to her grandpa, as far as I saw from the discussions right now. If I only rate my own routes, I would say maybe 6 out of 10. It's like I do not like how much we talk and how less is actually happening. So it's like we're constantly in Anton's minds. He's constantly like being anxious and everything, which like makes sense if he takes pills for like anxiety, but not a lot happens in the episodes themselves. If especially if I wasn't reading to you guys, the we would probably be doing an hour for each episode, if not less. Like, not much happens. We go to school, we have an encounter, then we go home. Or, for example, we go to school, we have an encounter, we somehow end up in the forest, and then we wake up. The episode ends. Like, not much actually happens. It's mostly because of the atmosphere and the amount of descriptions that we have. It kind of seems longer, but I would say 6 out of 10 for me for my own routes. If I will be playing off stream and will be getting other endings, I will probably come back and report to you and say if my score changes. But I mostly like it because of the atmosphere. The atmosphere is really good. Yeah. They are really good at creeping us out. Oh yeah, also, no, probably because of the really strange things in descriptions for Polina, I would say it's even 5 out of 10. Because I really, and also especially that scene that we had in the 4th episode. Yeah, 5 out of 10. I'd give it a 4. I see. Yeah. Some of the endings are out of nowhere, seems like. For me, for now. Because I as far as I read right now, Grandpa gives us some information about like folk tales and everything, and we receive some kind of an amulet from Polina to protect us in that route, but because we didn't get it, it's like... And also, I do not understand the ending that I just saw, that mom is the previous bunny and she just adopted her power, because is it ever mentioned that she's originally from here? Because I kind of assumed that we were from the city, we were born from the city, and our parents were from the city, but then we moved away because we had to hide from someone. Also, that line also never getting addressed. That our parents are arguing because we owe money, like, to someone, and then dad is like, no one can find us here or whatever. Huh? No, I mean, there were really strange things mentioned in her having these seizures. You know, there was a moment where she was having a seizure and sorry, and our sister was like, "Oh, dad was actually laughing." That was that, but like it was never addressed why she's having these seizures. So this ending kind of makes no sense, in the sense that we did not get hints beforehand. That's oh, sorry, push the mic. That's what I was thinking. We have these, like, a lot of endings, but a lot of them were not fully integrated into the plot to make sense, I guess. It's me, like, judging from the list of endings that I just saw. Maybe if I was playing those routes that lead to them, maybe it would make sense more for me. But yeah. There are some hints, especially in other routes. What hints? Yeah, what hints? Because in the route that I played, we only got her having these seizures, these strange seizures. That is all that we had. And like, yeah, in what? in one of the routes, policeman says that his mother was one of the kidnapped kids from like the previous wave, I guess. Then he implied that. I see. That is very bad that they don't. I feel like. Hear me out. I feel like while trying to make as many different endings as possible, devs kinda did not connect routes close to each other enough for us to get the same hints if we go the other routes, but we don't get the same hints that other routes are getting. And it's like, I get that we can explore different characters and different lines, but like, yeah, it makes no sense if we had these like policemen saying that she was one of the kidnapped kids somehow in the scene that where he comes to school, if only he implied that there was a previous wave of like these mysterious disappearings and kids were also going missing, so now it's like, oh, we got investigated again, and maybe that policeman could also be like the investigator in the previous case, but he was, for example, 20 years younger at that time. It would make much more sense, because we would be like, previous wave, what could it possibly mean? Who could possibly be affected? But seems like no. Seems like they forgot to do that. Yeah, I desperately have to put all of things together. Yeah, but I mean, we did not get that hint of her being one of the missing kids before, but we get this ending where she's a bunny, so we're like, huh? Where could she possibly get the bunny mask? Like, you know, some of the things were too subtle. Yeah, I guess that, yeah. But maybe I'm just stupid. But like, for me, it would make more sense if the policeman would be explored more in my route that I was going. I guess maybe in other routes he would be explored more. What I'm trying to say is, no matter what route the player chooses, we should get like the rightful amount of hints, and then based on that we can like further investigate the plot and choose different endings and routes. We should have around the same amount and around I forgot the thought. We should have around the same amounts of hints, and they should be like we should know them no matter which route we choose. That's what I'm talking about. I expected a crazy plot twist. Yeah, I don't know. It was kind of obvious for me that if we got these monsters, then we are gonna get eaten in the end, because the whole town is like wiped out. But like, I don't know. Why all of a sudden she would become a bunny? I don't know. But yeah, as I said, there's also information about a mask carrying a parasite that reacts on the flute sound. And there is an ending, apparently, of us losing it in the end. If we have an amulet that Polina gives us to us, it says that it parasites leaves us when the flute is playing. What? My favorite is Anton revealed as the serial killer. I want that one. I saw it in the achievements. I want that one. I want to see it. Okay. Okay, so then he says that all animals are children, and only Alyssa is alive in the end. And one of the ending implies that Bronca is a wolf boy. Or whatever. Yeah, some kind of a parasite. It says that there is some kind of a mouth that kind of goes from Anton's head in one of the endings, and he dies. Like, what? Yeah. He also says, I feel like they did not have enough hints in the past before this endings. Yeah, I mean, there's a possibility that they released the game too early. I don't know if they originally were posting them one by one, the chapters one by one, or if they just gave you all the 4 chapters and then the 5th one was the one that everyone was waiting for. Oh, hi Dee, welcome to the stream. Hi. Yeah, better late than never. Absolutely. Um, we need to add another ending where everything that happens is a dream. I would hate that. I absolutely hate such endings when something crazy happens to the hero and it turns out to be his crazy imagination. It is a bad ending. It is a bad writing for me. I mean, there could be pieces of media where it is kind of making sense, but here I don't know. I don't know. Just a little bit tired from studying biochemistry. So you're smart. Wow, that is amazing. Good luck to you with biochemistry. Yeah, I finished it, and we went back right away to see another ending that we could achieve, and it was strange. I'm currently going through the list of endings that someone posted on the forum, and some of them are really strange. The biggest disappointment is the Master of the Force, though we 100% it's Paulina's grandpa. We never see its confirmation of the Forest Master is Paulina's grandpa? How do we know? Oh yeah, Mocha. The way we had the same thought. How do we know? Yeah, I mean, I never saw him in my rap because I was friend zoned by Paulina, I guess. But what? But I mean, do you know what I do not like? That each time we stand up for ourselves, apparently we're becoming more and more a bunny, which a monster, which is so unfair to someone who's being bullied. So the narrative is, if you stand up to your bullies, if you hit back, then you become a monster and you can even resort to kill someone at one point. What are we implying here? That was the thing that I really do not like, because all I did before, I mean, I also accepted the cheats, and I didn't guess that it was something really bad at first, so that might also contribute to that. But apparently, as far as I read it on the film right now, if we do not stand up for ourselves and we get beaten by freaking Simeon and his gang of stupid children, only then Paulina is actually, you know what? I really like my man, my boys weekends and beating, I guess. And then we're we can get around with her and Grandpa, I guess. So, what? When you visit Pauline's house, there's a lot of hints, also the same VA. Oh, yeah. And some really interesting subtle details, especially in the perspective. Yeah, tell us the hints. Please share. Please share. We are greedy. Feed us. Feed us the hints. But yeah, if it's the same VA, but I mean, let me see. Let me actually Google if the Bear Boy and Simeon are the same VA too, because let me see. Tiny Bunny voice actors and characters. So, here's the thing. As far as I could hear, maybe I have problems with my hearing. Wolf Boy in one of the endings is revealed to be Romka, but to me, his voice didn't sound like Romka's. So I'm like, either the VA did a great job at like sounding further away from his original character to not give us a hint, or it's like really subtle. And it's like, maybe it's only because he's like doing a lot of sounds. I don't know. But to me, they do not sound alike. But however, to me, the Bear Boy and Simeon sounds very, very much alike. So we need to see who is voicing them. Oh, you know what? Do you want to know a thing? Do you want to know a thing? Paulina and Alyssa are voiced by the same voice actress. I knew it. I freaking knew it. They're voiced by the same girl. Okay. Oh, one of the voice actresses is voicing Mother, Basha, and an owl girl. All three of them. So I guess we do not have this like, oh, okay, yeah, the same voice actor for Grandpa and the Forest Master. Oh, yeah, Simon and Bear Boy is the same voice actress. Romka and Wolf Boy is the same voice actress. Yeah, we kind of have a lot of voice actors reusage. Also, if you want the apocalypse ending, you have to sacrifice all. Yeah, I saw it in the list of endings. My favorite is though Paulina says that her grandpa was geographist or whatever. When we asked him, he replied that he was a puppeteer and his circus was destroyed in fire. And then the endings, Forest Master calls animals his puppets. Oh, I see. So he's like also affected by the mask. Somehow. yeah, that makes sense to me. Obviously, I didn't see the grandpa. I don't know his character, but yeah. I see. Oh, I forgot about my tea. I was so invested into the discussion that I forgot about it. But yeah, Simon and the Bear Boy are the same people. But like, it doesn't make sense to me in a sense that I think there was already 4 animals in the very start. Meaning, let me hear me out. Let me form my thought first. There was a hint of someone saying that Simeon changed drastically and he wasn't a bully before, but then he changed. In that case, wait, Paulina and Alyssa are the same voice actress. Is it implying that Paulina is Alyssa? But then also that would mean that she has this mask in her home at her, but her character isn't aggressive in real life, and also they have different smells with Alyssa. What are we implying? I'm going crazy! Maybe they just wanted to give multiple roles to Ace. Yeah. Yeah. But also, interesting. In Simeo's case, it would make sense because he's becoming aggressive in real life too. But like, how could they... I'm right? Paulina is Alyssa? How could her smell change? How could her smell change? Yeah, I was thinking about that, but then the smell detail constantly was putting me off of that thought. Magic? I do not like it. I remember finding a block diagram that contains all the information about the elections in chapters 1 through 4, but I can't read much. No! Damn, I'm pretty sure someone could have translated it, because since it's like the game itself was translated in multiple of languages, I'm pretty sure that there is a big fandom for English speakers too. Oh, it's so long. Oh my gosh. I will try to look for it. Yeah, and also, yeah, Google Translate, it's okay too. Yeah, there is a translate by picture. Okay, let me go back to the endings. I'm really invested right now. Let me go see what else I didn't read yet. Steam community. Okay. Okay. He's writing, we only know who are the animals. We only know that those are people under masks, but we do not know nothing about the animals themselves except for they are devourers. Who are devourers? I like this guy. He's really angry in his text. Yeah, also, yeah, he says they did not say much about the community from which the nursery rhyme originated from. Okay, yeah, then he says oh, it's not clear if we are implying the existence of parasites in the masks. It's not clear how the animal role is. Like, how do you accept it, if it's in your family or or something else? Okay. Oh, then he says that we could have said to the officer, first of all, he says that we could have given him the false trail, and then he says we could have collected hints from Paulina's route. Okay. Yeah, then he says that religion, all of a sudden, but like, if we have biblical angels, and then like all of a sudden, religion is a tool to like fight those animals and the forest master, but then it's like underexplained. Yeah, I agree with that. Oh, he says that Romka's route has a good ending. Oh yeah, the Black Garage again. He says this again. What is the freaking Black Garage? It was never explained in my route. Like, as I said. Sometimes in the ending we miss the critical hints that you could have collected from other routes, but if you are not on the route where you collect these hints, then the name just appears and you're like, huh? What? I don't know. Oh my gosh. Okay. Mm-hmm. Who is the bunny lip guy? Oh, I guess that might be the guy who like. Oh, okay. I think I just saw a guy who an info about the guy who was like after our parents. That is the thing that I like that I was telling to you guys that it was never addressed. Apparently it was, but maybe in the other route. Okay. The dwarves are shitty idea. I see. Didn't like it one bit. It showed in official comics. I don't know. The thing is, if you have, hear me out. If you're playing a game, the plot should be consistent enough for you not to search something else, like across the internet. You should not have the vacuum the internet for the hints. You should have a coherent plot, and if you liked it that much, then you can go and find the official comics that can possibly explain something in depth that originally you had the piece of info on what the comics are about, but perhaps those comics are explaining it just a little bit more in detail. You should not be searching for critical hints in other sources if you're just playing a coherent singular game. You know what I'm talking about? That is what I'm talking about, that we do not have the same amount of hints on different routes, and then all of a sudden we have some characters going out of nowhere, some places, names of places appearing out of nowhere. There was a point where the character name was mentioned. One of the characters that didn't even appear, one of the missing children, her name just appeared, and like that Anton was thinking, oh, that girl also, her poster is over here. What? We never even heard about that girl before. But then when we, in the next chapter, when we go through the files of the police officer, then we see her name. But her name couldn't be in the first chapter. I don't remember which one chapter it was, but like it couldn't be in the mentioned in the previous chapter if we didn't get a hint beforehand, which possibly applies that I am not on the same route that explains that missing girl case. But regardless, we still have her name. So it's like, you see, there's a starting point, for example, right? Starting point, we have two routes from there. And then we have a third point from which we come to from those two routes both. But one route explains the appearance of one character and one doesn't. And I think a lot of that is the main problem of this game, judging from the endings that I just saw, and the, like, as I said, the names of places appearing out of nowhere, even if you didn't get those hints on the route that you were on. Like, yeah, that is the main problem for me, I think. It's not as bad as it could be, I mean, probably, but like, it was never, for example, another example, three examples only on my routes of this. The third one being, Anton was thinking, oh, I do not want to face that goat with his like stinky fur, or whatever he was saying. We did not see the goat. You even remember that when we encountered that phrase, I was like, what goat? And I assumed that he meant the monster that he was thinking about, like babaika, like the the one that he mentioned in the very first chapter, he was like, oh, it is believed that Baba is living in the darkness, and we always believed, me and Olia, that he lives under the staircase where the X is. So I assume that goat, maybe he like imagines Baba is a goat, but it was never explained. And then the Forest Master appears, and I'm like, oh, this goat. But it was never hinted to us that Forest Master is a goat. It was never explored to us, explained to us. We didn't see anyhow how the Forest Master looks. We didn't even encounter that, like, the guy who is pretending to be the Grandpa Forest, that he's the cold Forest Master, you know? It feels like I'm raging. I'm just so confused. That a lot of things wouldn't make sense. Yes, that's what I was trying to say. But I lack English skills to explain my point of view. But I feel like we have these branches of routes, and they all come back to a certain point. But on these branches, we do not receive the same amount of hints for the points that we arrive to be coherent. You know. That's what I'm trying to say. We should have relatively the same amount of hints. You see, we can get the same, for example, we can get the same info from different rounds, just from different characters. And then based from there, we can decide where we go next. That is how it would normally work. But I assume, I don't know if you guys answered to me before. I assume if they were posting one chapter after another, and we had to wait for 2 years for the final chapter, then I assume that they were not writing the story simultaneously, and they kind of ran out of ideas in the 4th chapter, and maybe they were like, okay, we don't know how many more chapters we want to get out of this, and then maybe their like management of the company that was making it, for example, I don't know how it works. I do not know which company does this novel, but maybe someone from up there went to them and was like, no, actually we cannot afford having like 3 more chapters. You need to finish the story in 5 chapters. And then that resulted in a lot of hints being added out of nowhere. This like moth story of like parasite story inside of the mask that I just saw in one of the endings, someone was explaining it. Where is it coming from? Where is it coming from? It's, yeah, that is probably why a lot of the endings were leaving people confused, because they lacked the time and material to expand their different ideas that could lead to different endings, you know. And that is, I think, one of the main problems in the games that are not released in one patch. That is a problem for Genshin. We do have some retcons there already. That might become a problem for Star Rail even. I really hope not, but them redoing the whole planet all of a sudden kind of proves it otherwise. So yeah, I think it is in general the problem of these games that are not released in one patch, that are released just by chapters, and then the company is looking at the sales, and then they are deciding for how many chapters they want to continue the story. Which I think it comes from a relatively big company. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm not very knowledgeable in company games. I mainly like know something about indies, but not much also. So I'm assuming that the company that was working on that game, probably the creative team, was having a structural plan for like how many chapters and they need to release and in what order and for whatever. But then like maybe the money department, like the business department, was like, huh? No, we cannot prolong it much longer. You need to release it, and we need to grab all the sales, you know. So I despise this. That is my point of view. I despise this. I think that the story should be written simultaneously. It should be finished wholly before presenting it to someone to financially sponsor it, you know. But like, it is unfortunately it's not very sustainable for creators, because most of us in this economy, we cannot create freely, in the sense that we also kind of need to eat sometimes. And I think for people to spend, for example, 3 years developing their game fullest, like birthing the idea and materializing the whole story from the beginning to the end, and for them just to then go to financial guys and be like, okay guys, can you give me money to now release it for the masses, I think it's not very sustainable, right? You also need something to eat for those 3 years that you're working on a game. But unfortunately, these like type of business models that only give you green lights once you provide a pilot, and then after that they like buy rights and probably change your whole idea, give you different different meanings to your story, different routes of your story. They change everything because they now have the routes. I think the rights. I think that it's not very good. I think that is also happening to Husband Hotel. That might be happening because like Amazon bought it, right? Amazon Prime. Then that is a thing that indies should avoid. But unfortunately, we do not have money. That's why we're indies. Yeah. I'm saying we because I can consider myself an indie creator myself, because I'm like an indie VTuber, right? At least while we're in this, we can have our independence, but as soon as we try to like financially aid our ideas, we are unfortunately fitting the system where our ideas can be reworked and even deleted completely just because people who have power financially now can tell us what to do because they like own our product with their money, which is a funny commentary on the world state, I guess. Sorry. I all of a sudden turned so serious. That happens to me, sorry. But like, it is very sad to see. I am very sad for Genshin. I'm very sad for all projects that used to have great pilots, but then once the big company came and bought the rights, it turned into something else. Has-Been used to be a really, really great idea. I love the setting from the pilots, but as the seasons progress on, we can see that some characters' behavior does not match the original idea, and like, I am very sad. I'm very sad about this. So yeah, let me see. I think one after another, it's plotted separately. Yeah, I figured. Yeah, figured. Literally Nutcry appearing from nowhere. Yes, literally freaking Nightland being existent. I'm sorry, I will never stop having beef with Nightland because they screwed over amazing concepts. I'm pretty sure that they could have worked with so much material for this region, but they just made it a cartoon world, a Disneyland of all Teyvat. Why do we have cartoonish looking dinosaurs? Where's the plot? Where are... Oh, especially what I wanted to discuss with you in relation to Natlan and Nutcry. Bear with me. I'm rambling about Genshin again. You know, there is a position to be a Hoyo creator. I am a Hoyo criticizer, okay? if they can like hire me to be their voice of reason, I will be taking this job very seriously. But here's my beef with Not Cry and Latland. The Abyss, right? The Abyss being the greatest threat in the world, and Natlan being implied to be affected by the most, because they were like fighting with it for 500 years, and allegedly they are the nation who suffer the most from it. First of all, we do not see any destruction on the land. Everything is bright and shiny. Everyone is happy and fed, which is good. Good for them. But why? Tell me why. Whenever I'm encountering Not Cry NPCs freaking fighting their lives for their nation, for their lands, against the Abyss, why I'm feeling more sympathy and more grief to them than to Natlan's people who fought for 500 years. And I can tell you why. Because it freaking was never shown. The destruction. There was a special, if you remember, if you were playing Natlan's main quest, there was a special sequence where we needed to act fast and we were like moving across the land and we were fighting the Abyss simultaneously. In different places, characters were fighting them. And it was said in words that it is the greatest calamity, it is the greatest ever attack of the Abyss that we freaking encountered. Tell me why that impact feels so small compared to one singular band of Not Cry citizens, of Not Cry rednecks, fighting Abyss in one singular small location. Why did we not see the impact? Where's the Genshin freaking impact? Where's the impact on the land? Yes, we lost several NPCs, right? We couldn't talk to them, we couldn't do their quests, whatever. And they didn't even have quests, so again, undermines impact on the story. Wow, never was there. But like, here we go again. Why? Where's the destruction? Paimon was like, oh, it is so sad, or whatever she was saying in this main quest part where we were like fighting Abyss and moving across the different posts, right? And it's just like few hilichurls, few people laying on the ground. Did you see the quest for Not Cry one singular band of rednecks that I just mentioned? I don't remember the name, that it was some kind of a bird name. Cheska's sister died. It was the only impact. It was the only impact. I strive for destruction of the lands, which supposedly, allegedly, was under attacks for 500 years straight. Yet whenever we are crossing it, everything is so bright and shiny. Not Cry is looking more depressing than Natlan that was fighting for 500 years. Whenever freaking Flint tells me that on that coast that he's guarding, on that like graveyard that he's guarding, the coast of it, the group of people were standing till their last breaths, I believe him because it was shown. It was shown that we freaking had to restore their stupid lighthouse to guide their souls. Why do we not have anything of that kind in Natlan? I'm so angry. I need to stop being angry. That destroys my soul. Let me see. I feel targeted. Love your person. Sorry. Are you working in a big company that buys small people's ideas? I do not. You see, I do not intend it the whole like game industry commentary. I do not intend it to be against one person or like a group of people. I'm intending it against the system that cherishes money more than artistical value. Wow, I said it so well. I'm so proud of myself. But yeah, I feel like Netland was not serving the same impact that little nation of Not Cry served. If I could swear, I would say what they served, but you get the idea. Not Cry served. That is my statement. They continue to serve, and that is amazing. It feels like whatever was happening with Netland, maybe that was a whole different team working on it. I'm pretty sure, because it's a big company, right? However's. But yeah. Thank you for clapping. But yeah, I feel like what I'm trying to say is companies nowadays thrive because they have all the resources, and then we have indie creators whose ideas might be world changing, but because they lack the resources to flesh out their ideas, we never see them. The Avatar existence, my favorite movie, its existence was based on the director getting all the finances to research all he wanted. Did you know that for the second film, James Cameron, he dived in the ocean and it was so expensive. However, it allowed him to study the marine biology, and he put so much passion into it. But if he had just a little less resources, who knows if we would ever see Avatar. Any of it. We could possibly not even see the very first film. But it was life-changing to me. I'm pretty sure it was life-changing to a lot of people. Speaking of indie creators, let me give you actually one of them that I recently, their work also, I find it life-changing for myself too. When I saw it, I'm telling you, I cried, and it doesn't say a lot coming from me because I cry all the time, I guess. But their work is so amazing. If you can go on YouTube and search, let me tell you the name of the animation. I think it was Pied Piper. When I'm telling you, I cried my eyes out with this. I really hope that the creator of this animation is striving and is receiving a lot of recognition. But there's a lot of indie pilots being on YouTube. Yes, the Pied Piper, the creator is Rambo. So amazing! Can we please support indie artists more, regardless of if it turns into profit in the future from the companies? Because regardless of how much money you, as a company owner, generate, the impact on the nation from artists, it's undeniable. We should see more art made by humans, by the way, made by humans. Can we please not pour a lot of money into AI and just instead pour them into making animations, writing music, writing books, drawing arts? Can we do that? That would be amazing. Let me give you the link to that animation. Hopefully it shows in the chat. But yeah, check it out. It's so amazing. I love their song in the end. Ooh, I cried. I saw a lot of pilot animatics on YouTube recently. They're also cool. How many of them will become actual shows? We don't know. We will see. I need all of them to be an actual shows in the future. So yeah, that is my commentary on this. But yeah, this all I started this whole discussion just to say that I think Tiny Bunny what is the word? Struggles from the same thing that they were posting a chapter after chapter and looking at the profits instead of fleshing the story fully first and then making it into chapters. I remember this animation we used to watch when we were kids and cried because of the ending. Yeah. I miss the times where animated memes were a thing on YouTube. Nowadays it's just a trend on TikTok and they last for a week and then most of the artists can't draw animated things so fast. It takes time. But yeah. On YouTube, there used to be animated memes and they were lasting for years. But I guess YouTube is dying. Slowly. But surely, I guess. Hopefully not. But yeah. I think creative people are amazing. I love them so much. I know that I have creative people among you too, so I love you too so much. I love you guys regardless of if you are creative or not, but I'm a firm believer that every human is creative in some way. Some of us can be creative in math. Some of us are the poets of formulas. But some of us can do something with their hands. They can knit or like draw again. So, yeah, humans are amazing. We need to embrace that. Gacha Life. Oh yeah, Gacha Life. I remember that too. So yeah, let us yap for like 5 minutes more, and we will call it. It's a short stream today. Oh, not so short because I was yapping for an hour, but like. I can just share. I do not believe you. I do not believe you. Gotta go left seeing the angry impression and thank you for the stream. Bye bye Raven. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed the stream, yeah. Have a nice day. Bye bye. But yeah. What should I tell you guys? What should I tell you? Oh, actually, Yap Yap just came out on Steam. I want to play it with someone. I want to play it. I need to buy it. I can only code. You see? You are playing with the words in a known language. Not many of us can understand it. You are a keeper of an ancient ways of creating things through a different language. I could not find a beautiful phrase to describe it. Yep. The game is like yep. It is about wizards. It's like it is similar to Reaper. I was playing it in like a demo of it when it was out. It is similar to Reaper, but you are going around throwing the incantations. Appreciate it. Yeah, welcome. Oh my gosh. So I really want to play it. Yep. I also really want to... Can you yap there? Yeah, there is a voice chat. There is a voice chat there. Because you need to pronounce your incantations. There is a up dog. There is an up dog incantation, yeah. Can you guess what it does? Okay, I will tell you. It just throws you up in the air. That is good. Oh, what is wrong in the chat? Can we not do that? Oh my gosh, Streamlabs is a pain. I probably set it up incorrectly or whatever. But sometimes it does strange things. Oh. Okay. What? As you see, you do not see, but actually, while we were sitting here on stream, we got two more new people, but Streamlabs didn't register them and didn't show us the message that they follows me. So yeah, amazing work, Streamlabs. Keep it up. But yeah, I will be arranging the waiting room probably today for the cover that comes out on 8th of February. The one that I told you that that creator is one of my favorites. She also previously like saw one of my works and she like loved to comment, and I was like, I was noticed. I'm being perceived. Let's go. Oh, I love her so much. Yeah, she posts also a lot of covers. So once the waiting room is arranged, I recommend you guys to go on her channel and check out her works. She's like freaking amazing. Ugh, I love her voice. Oh, but yeah, we will be singing "Don't You Forget Reprise." There is another cover that we are working on currently. Yeah, but as I said in the beginning of the stream, that one will be on her channel. So I will let you guys know once it's ready. Yeah. Okay, let me tell you what are we doing on 8th of February. Oh yeah, also, since the stream is on the same date, we will be starting it just like around 15 minutes later, like at 7:15. As soon as the premiere is over, I will be going back to you guys and we will be starting the stream. And we will be starting The Walking Dead. Yippee! Finally! Again, I do not know how many chapters are there and how long they are because I tried not to spoil myself anything. But yeah, we will try to keep it like around 3 to 4 hours as usual. Or like one chapter per stream if they are shorter. So yeah. That is probably all I need to share. Yeah. I think that's all. So yeah, thank you so much for coming by. I hope that you liked Tiny Bunny. I don't know. I will try to play it off stream again and maybe explore some other endings, but we will see. So far, I'm not convinced. But yeah, thank you all so much for tuning in. I will see you on 8th of February on the cover premiere and then on the stream of The Walking Dead. So yeah, thank you so much. Have a good night, have a good day, and may the stars let us meet again. Boo boo!